Hello, everyone. I want to thank you and welcome you to the Google I/O Silicon Harlem event. I am going to bring on our co-founders of Silicon Harlem. So with that, I'm going to just speak briefly and then just bring on Mr. Clayton Banks and Mr. Bruce Lincoln. If you guys can come on up, let's give them a round of applause. These gentlemen are the co-founders of Silicon Harlem. And with that, I'm going to turn the mic over to them and shut the heck up. Thank you very much.
Did we get his name? Eric Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be back up here in a second. So thank you for coming out, as Eric said. So just a couple of quick things, and we're going to move on with the program. We've got a lot of things to talk about here, but before I get into the specifics about what Silicon Harlem is doing, I wanted to introduce our Manhattan Borough President, who is here tonight to bring a few comments. Gale Brewer, our Borough President.
Well, thank you, Clayton, and thank you, Bruce. And I come because there's nothing cooler than being here at MIST listening to this discussion. As people know, if you put me at a civic hackathon or app meeting, I could do that all day long, as opposed to going to 7 graduations, which is what I did today. But I just want to say a couple of things. First of all, just because of everyone's advocacy, something small, but we've been fussing with the Port Authority, and I apologize if there's anybody here from the Port Authority, but because we were really upset that New York was the only airport, all 3 of them, that charged for Wi-Fi. So today there was a board meeting, and they've decided not to charge for Wi-Fi. That's a small step, but it's in the right direction.
That's right.
It's 30 minutes of free. Of course, we would like it to be even more, but like I said, it's in the right direction. Second, working with all of you, but particularly Clayton and Bruce, and then Board 10, Community Board 10. Some of you may have attended a phenomenal meeting recently at the garage, at the Harlem garage. And what we are trying to do in concert is to, I think you know this, but to really work with the community boards. We will have, in the fall, super support for every community board, all 12 of them in Manhattan, in terms of mapping and technology and staff. Not just giving them, you do this, but actually having the staff to go with it. I'm not going to announce everything today, but on the demand side, we're going to make that open data law real and make sure that there's something there that people can use, and so they go to every single meeting. Developers will have a hard time getting past community boards because they will have enough information to know what they want for their community. And then just finally, we're going to keep working on using this city data, the open data, for ways that we can make sure that every single person, that it's a better site and then it's more open. So, and I know finally that you've been working with EDC on the Wi-Fi corridors. There'll be more discussion about that in the future, but we want to work with you on that. I mostly want to be here to listen, and we will keep working, particularly on the neighborhood/technology front. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gale.
Here I am using cards, and she's got her electronic device. Something's wrong with me. So just for those who haven't had a chance to check out our website or talk to Bruce or myself or some of the other folks, we are all Silicon Harlem. This is anything else but a community movement. Our mission collectively is to transform Harlem into a technology and innovation hub. You know, when you think about the stats that we hear about inner cities where 18 to 24-year-old African-American males are 50% unemployed, there's something wrong with that. And those numbers sound so unbelievable that we don't even wrap our heads around them. But we know that there is something that can affect that. And that is when you start to transform your community. And when you can do that through technology, through innovation. So what we mean by that is we're embracing the idea of things like shared working spaces, where people can go and get on a high-speed network and create businesses. We're into finding those ways to raise money with investment capital. Being in New York gives us a great advantage for that. So there's all types of things that we can do collectively to transform this community and then move this into other areas of the country. Silicon Valley is cool, but nobody wants to live in the sticks. People want to live in a city, live in an urban area with diversity, they can raise their kids, this is what Harlem can offer. This is what New York offers. So Silicon Harlem is built to really push that agenda. And we've been able to create an inclusive strategy that gets all of you in here. A lot of you have your own companies, work for organizations, have your own movements. We want to embrace that, because we can only do this if we all come together and galvanize our community. So that's a quick thing about Silicon Harlem. A quick couple of thank yous, and I'm going to turn it over to Bruce to say a few words about where we're headed with Silicon Harlem. But I wanted to thank MIST particularly. This building, My Image Studios, has been a tremendous partner to Silicon Harlem. We hold all of our events here. And the man with the hat over there, Carlton Brown, is one of our dear friends who had the vision of this building. Carlton, if you could stand up. I know it's hard, brother. Get to know him. So we have a host committee of partners that have been supportive of Silicon Harlem, that have, whenever we talk about something we're doing, they tweet it out and Facebook it and email in their newsletters. So we're very grateful to those partnerships and friendships that we have all around this community. Places like the Harlem Business Alliance, BIT with Mike Street, the Black Creatives, Urban Latino, Black Techies. It goes on in terms of people that have been very supportive of what we're doing. Some of the folks within Silicon Harlem that have been volunteering their time, like Rachel Bolshin and Susie, and all the people that greeted you when you walked in, are all doing this on a volunteer basis. So we're very grateful for the dedication that people see in what we're trying to do. Jolie, who shoots all of our events on video, and then some of you folks who we are getting to know even better, like Amsterdam News, who has a blog called Harlem Focus, who's here tonight, and Harlem Trends, and We Harlem. So we want to thank you for continuing to be a part of what we're trying to do. Bruce, you want to talk about some of the other partners, Minorama and Charlie and those type of things?
Yeah, one of the things that's very important to us is the idea that this has to be inclusive. It has to basically take in the uniqueness of the character and the cultural character of Harlem, but then tied into what's happening as we move forward. So an important part of that is doing the kinds of projects that really capture the genius of our young people. And one of the things that we've been very focused on, and it's one of our pillars as we focus on STEM, literacy and STEM entrepreneurship, is a program called the Apps Youth Leadership Academy. And that's in conjunction with the Caribbean Cultural Center. It's in conjunction with the Harlem Community Development Corporation, who understands that STEM entrepreneurship among young people is an economic driver. And it's a way to reduce the unemployment rate of our young people and engage those who are still in school. And one of the things we want to do is recognize one of our great partners, which is Minorama, which is basically this way that we use video games so that the students are basically going to the greatest science fair of all time. So we have Gabby Lusford-Spada in the back. Please stand up, Gabby. And then she's with the first young person to be recruited into the Apps Youth Leadership Academy, Ernest Perea. He's an amazing young man, and we have 19 others like him. 10 young men, 10 young women. You wouldn't believe the level of maturity, the self-discipline, and the fact that they've already built things, engineered things, and have ideas of how to build apps. So we're going to support them over the summer. We'd like you to figure out how you can support us in that effort. And each one of these young people will learn how to build an app. And they're building on the fact that they're already coding, already doing digital design. So they're going to be building an app. They're going to be learning how to build their own tech startup. And we've raised a $20,000 student venture fund. So we're going to be angel investors, every one of these young people. And so this is the kind of thing that we need to start to replicate and expand. And we have the resources and the ability to do that. But that's further indication of the fact that it does take a village to, and the village of Harlem, to educate our young people. Let me now hand it back to Clayton as we can move on with some of the other exciting aspects of the program.
Thank you, Bruce. So, before we revolt, which we're going to do in a very short time here, we have a few announcements to make. And after these announcements, I would like to... Actually, let's do this in a reverse order. I'm going to have a few people come up and make a couple of comments about what they're doing within the Silicon Harlem sphere. And then I want to make a couple of announcements. Bruce and I have some big announcements that we want to make in a very short order here. So the first person I want to bring up is Eham, better known as, or Eric Hamilton, better known as Eham to me. So if you have, are we going to do the video now? Or okay, so if you guys have the video for Eric Hamilton, I really want to make a lot of jokes about your product, but I'm not going to. You know, I'm not going to. I'm going to let you introduce your product.
So thank you. And so this product is called, and it really speaks to some of the innovation that's coming out of Harlem. It's called, we used to make a joke out of it, it's called the TinyStic, right? And what the TinyStic is, not what y'all think. Keep your mind out the gutter. What it is, it's a hardware device that converts your smartphone into a desktop computer. So the smartphone in your pocket is about 10 times as powerful than the computers you used a few years ago to get on the internet. So you have 2 gigahertz in your pocket, and then you plug this stick into a monitor and add a wireless keyboard and a mouse. Now your phone becomes a desktop computer. No need to lug around a heavy laptop. So if we could just play that quick, it's like a 1:45 video. This will tell it all. What's up? It's your boy Eric Hamilton, Detroit tech enthusiast, coming to you from Times Square. Here to talk about my invention, my creation, called the TinyStic. The TinyStic is a USB-sized device that converts your smartphone into a PC. You may not know this, but the smartphone in your pocket is about 10 times as fast as the computers that you used just a few years ago to get on the internet. So check this out. I live right around the corner. You want to see this TinyStic in action? Come follow me. So I'm back at home. I need to finish some work. Only thing I need is my smartphone and my TinyStic. Let's check it out. Have some work to do? I can make it real quick and easy with the TinyStic. I don't even need a computer, because with the TinyStic, my smartphone becomes my computer. Work is over. Time for some movies, but guess what? I don't need a DVD player, I don't need Blu-ray, I don't need computer, I don't need cable. All I need is my smartphone and my TinyStic. Oh, did you see that? How about some video games? But guess what? We don't need a gaming system. All we need is our smartphone and a TinyStic. TinyStic is my creation. It's destined to be a game changer. But in order for this to happen, I need your support. With a donation, you're getting in on the ground floor of the future of computing. So support this campaign. Thank you. So this is a technology that's coming out of, it really is, I was about to break it down for you. So really it's a testament of the environment that Bruce and Clayton has put together here in Harlem, where a guy like me, who's really a transplant from Detroit, can come to a place like Harlem and create some game-changing technology. And with the final few words is one of my business partners, Gavin. Can Gavin just come up for a second? We're actually partnering with, Gavin has a company called Hotels Up Front, where they do concierge service, and he's got affiliations with all types of hotels all over the world. These hotels have reached out to us, well, through Gavin, and they're interested in carrying a TinyStic. So imagine going to a hotel and going through Hotels Up Front to arrange some amenities for your room and having a TinyStic be in your room, right? So you don't have to lug around this heavy laptop. If you have kids, you don't have to lug around a gaming system, because your smartphone is your computer and your gaming system. So with that, Gavin, can you just say something for 2 seconds before they kick?
Sure. So basically, a real-world example of using the TinyStic will be going to Hotels Up Front, going to book your room technology, booking your TinyStic, customizing the way you want, not being able, to take your big laptop around or anything like that. You'll be able to open up your world when traveling anywhere in the world, customize it just the way you want as your amenity or as your room service with your TinyStic. So that's really the practical example, and we're taking it to the next level with my man, Eric. So thank you.
Thank you. And thanks Silicon Harlem, and thank you guys. So we're having a crowdfunding campaign kicked off for a $99 donation. you'll get a TinyStic. So thank you, Harlem. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Eric. I mean, I think the other ramification of something like that is, imagine you're in Africa where basically they exceed us as far as their use of smartphones and broadband. So now this solves the problem of getting this kind of device into those markets. So it has a tremendous upside.
So very quickly, we're going to keep it moving. We have a sponsor for tonight, so we got to give some shine there. E.G. Bowman. And we have Elizabeth Sullivan here. Elizabeth, you want to say a couple of quick words? Where is she at? There she is. If you could click through, there we go. There they are.
Hello, everyone. I won't take up too much time. I just wanted to thank Clayton and the team at Silicon Harlem. E.G. Bowman is a financial services and insurance brokerage firm that was started about 50 years ago by my fearless leader, Ernesto Prokop, who was actually named as BET's Entrepreneur of the Year. Black Enterprises Entrepreneur of the Year. And you know, as a financial services and insurance brokerage firm, we are really committed to the work that Silicon Harlem is doing here in, you know, enhancing and enriching the community and helping develop technology in this space. So I just wanted to thank you for tonight, and I look forward to the rest of the speakers.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you for that check. So our last quick presentation is from Deposit a Gift, which is Dana Ostomel. Where are you, Dana? Come on up. And I want all of you who have or are tweeting tonight, the hashtag is SHGO, Silicon Harlem Google, SHGO. Save the date. October 16th, 2014, Silicon Harlem is going to have a comprehensive conference right here in Harlem, right here at MISS. October 16th, put that in your calendar. The theme, I want to clap after I say the theme. The theme, show your love. Show your love for Harlem, show your love for technology, show your love for education. George Alexander, show your love for film and books. So we want you guys to show your love for Silicon Harlem. Now I'm going to bring up Dana.
Hi, my name's Dana Ostomel. I'm the founder and CEO of Deposit a Gift. And we are a crowdfunding platform for personal and organizational fundraising. And we are local to the East Harlem community. We're really excited about what Bruce and Clayton are doing and really excited to be a part of it. Just to give you a little sense of what we do, we are, like I said, a crowdfunding platform for personal and organizational fundraising. So it's perfect for businesses, nonprofits, people, events, anything that you need to raise money for. So if any of you guys have any campaigns that you had in mind that you were thinking of, I hope you'll consider us, but also consider me a personal resource to you. You can get my contact information from either of them, and we would be happy to help you not only set it up, customize, work on your marketing plan. We're invested in your success, so we want to make sure that it goes well. We've got some unique features, like you see up here. We're a social fundraising platform for donations, sponsorships, and ticket sales. So that makes us quite a unique platform for whether it be businesses or nonprofits or events. But in the spirit of that, we are actually going to be the official crowdfunding platform for the inaugural tech conference in October for Silicon Harlem. So we're very, very excited about that. You're going to be able to show your support. You're going to be able to show your love for Harlem on the platform because we are the only crowdfunding platform that actually sells tickets. So you'll be able to buy your tickets. They're going to be selling the sponsorships. You'll be able to just generally help the community raise money and raise awareness for the event all with one site. So we're excited to be involved and helping them get this off the ground. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. Dana's been a great resource. We're going to be opening it up for an early bird registration on July 15th. So you'll be able to go on siliconharlem.net and get your tickets. And with the early bird, you get one of these. A brand new Silicon Harlem t-shirt. How about that? These are the first ones off the press. They're actually going to be on sale on the website on Monday. So if you like the shirt, we'd love for you to buy them. You can also get them when you register. You can buy more than one, buy them for your friends. We're trying to be an organization that really is supported by us. We're not trying to be beholden to any one corporation or any one company or entity. We want Silicon Harlem to be self-financed, but also be able to sustain ourselves. So this is our first effort in trying to, and I also lost 40 pounds recently, so I could actually put a t-shirt on. Otherwise, I would have kept my jacket on. All right, so somebody get Keith. Let's get Keith Klinkstell in here. We have one final big announcement we want to make tonight. This is a big announcement. It's a big achievement in Silicon Harlem's history. When Bruce and I really started getting ourselves organized around this, one of the things that we were really adamant about was the infrastructure of Uptown. We realized that what will change a community is broadband. And there was no better place that we could think of outside of all the great places around New York, but Mist. And here at Mist, we've been able to work with Verizon. Chris, if you can come up here now, that'd be good. We've been able to work with Verizon, and you're in a building right now that's being upgraded to a 0.5 gig of speed. It'll be the fastest building in Upper Manhattan by far. That means we're going to be able to create an incubator here, share working space here. We'll be able to bring in the best companies that can show their goods and services, 3D printing, all types of things are going to happen right here in this facility. So we're very proud, Carlton and Brown, who allowed for us to make this happen, and Chris with Verizon. I'm going to have him say a few words about our relationship, but it's been tremendous. And it's not just this building we're talking about. Chris has committed to working with us all around Harlem in various buildings. He's already worked with HBA, with Gina Smith. He's worked with the Harlem Garage. So we're making this happen.
Thank you, Clayton. Before I just share a few words, I certainly do want to acknowledge these two gentlemen, Bruce Lincoln and Clayton Banks. These are two not only terrific advocates for technology in general for this city, but certainly specific for here in Harlem. From my last visit here with you folks, as you just mentioned, we developed a great relationship with Regina Smith and the Harlem Business Alliance, and we also developed a partnership with the Harlem Garage, so that was great, and it happened right here, just organically out of this conversation, so the best way that things can happen. So you two gentlemen deserve credit for those relationships and the new relationships we're going to develop tonight as well that will continue to grow here. So that's exciting and really, I think, the neatest way for things to happen in that way. And so these two gentlemen are certainly great supporters of that, and we are happy to be in partnership with them. I also wanted to acknowledge Borough President Brewer and for her support here. And I will tell you from a Verizon perspective, we acknowledge Borough President Brewer as one of the most technology savvy political representatives in this city. She has had a lot of roles in this city over many, many years, and she has seen the technological transformation and the challenges that go on in a complicated city like New York. So she understands it all, and she is very supportive of trying to figure out the best way to do things, to be able to make these types of technological investments and have them go efficiently and as quickly as possible, because that's really where our focus is. And also to Carlton and Mist for their support in allowing us to have this platform here tonight and for us to be supportive of the technology enhancements there. And just so folks understand straight from us when we talk about gigabits and 0.5 gigabits and what all that means, at Verizon, when we talk about our Fios product, we talk about a superior quality service that we're investing in throughout New York City, inclusive of the neighborhood of Harlem. And when we talk about speeds and we talk about our commitment to quality and what our brand represents, when we say something is going to be X speed on the Fios network, we mean that. So as we begin to ratchet up speeds across our network and across New York City, we don't do it in a gimmicky way. We're not focused on gimmicks. We're focused on watching the demand for things. Right now, most of our customers across the country on the Fios network have settled around 50 to 75 megabits on a service demand, which is tremendous when you think about where we were just a few years ago about even just not only speed usage, but speeds availability. So as speeds availability have risen and the capacity of networks have risen, the demand and the usage of that capacity has risen with it. But the idea to rise to that gigabit value and beyond, the importance for us is the investment in fiber optics, because that creates the future-proofing platform that as we see the demand and the use to ratchet up the entire network to gigabit level speeds, it will happen as we go. But we don't certainly want to do it in any kind of gimmicky fashion. We're going to do it together. We look at this investment as a democratization of opportunity and access, because the fiber optic network, the end-to-end network that we build here in Harlem or that we build anywhere else in our network is the same. So as we ratchet up and upgrade that network, it all goes together. So when we say we offer top-level commercial speeds available today of 500 megabits, that availability is anywhere that we have Fios. So we make those upgrades host scale across the platform, and we'll continue to do so. So just an important messaging when we talk half gig and a gig of necessity. It's all going in that direction, and the importance is the end-to-end fiber optic platform, because that provides the pathway for us to get there. And then lastly, just my own personal thoughts. I have a great personal affinity in this area. I'm a native son of Upper Manhattan. I was born in the Inwood section, and I started my telecommunications career 25 years ago yesterday as an installation repair technician for the New York Telephone Company here in Harlem. So I've crawled in and out of the manholes in the backyards and basements doing what phone people do over the many years. So I am just thrilled at the opportunity to be a part of the rewiring and the upgrading of the infrastructure, not only for Verizon in a great city like New York, but for a neighborhood that's meant a lot to me in the early stages of my career. So thank you both.
Well, stay up here real quick, Chris. Gale? We just want to present our borough president with a gift. For all that you do, you're our favorite. Thank you so much. Thank you. Come. One quick picture, please. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. All right.